Welcome back to the channel, guys, and in today's video we are going to see a team which I probably used a lot for the past couple of days, and it helped me pretty close to the veteran. And this team consisted of Altaria and double poison Pokemon. So I'm really liking Altaria leads nowadays because Altaria, being the dragon and flying type, it resists Roserade, which has become a very common Pokemon. And being weak to Bastardon and Charmers, I think it's very tricky to use. Although, but if you are able to get the alignment right, I think Altaria is a really good Pokemon to have. So before we start with the battles, if you are new to the channel and if you like our content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to join the Battleset Discord server, the link to that is in the description down below. So moving on to the team composition, the team which we are using today consists of Altaria in the lead, followed by Roserade and Toxicroak. So basically we are using double poison Pokemon, and this team probably is a nightmare for Charmers because Charmers really, at least you will be able to pressure the shields off of Roserade, and if you manage to pair Bastardon or a Charmer up against that Toxicroak in the back, it's probably GG's. Yeah, and this is the reason which that's why I chose Toxicroak over any other fighters, because Toxicroak with access to Sludge Bomb really can counter the fighters. Sorry, the Charmers as well as the Bastardons. The team probably is very weak to something like Hypno, because Hypno, I encountered Ice Punch Hypno once, and that was basically it for this team. So yeah, you do have to pull your way through out of any Hypnos in the back, which definitely is a problem for this team. And looking at the PvPoke rating, this team doesn't really do well in terms of that. The bulk is definitely not there because Roserade and Toxicroak are not very bulky Pokemon. So without further delays, let's start with the battles and see how the battle goes. So we are in a Charizard lead, and this lead favors Altaria because Dragon Breath damage will eventually add up, whereas we would be resisting those fire spins. And Dragon Claws probably will do 25 to 30% of Altaria's health, so we don't need to shield initially. But eventually, if the Charizard opts to shield, I think we would need to shield as well. And this Charizard is running Wing Attack, it's not running Fire Spin. So Charizard opts to shield, and if I want to keep the Altaria alive, I would definitely want to shield this thing. So yeah, Charizard potentially can win in the or they go for a double. Yeah, I was not expecting them to get to two Dragon Claws, but Charizard definitely wins in the one shield scenario. But we are able to counter down this the Charizard now, and in comes 8 Tails, which is really good because with this move we either will be able to pressure the last shield or we'll be able to take down this 9 Tails shield, which is good because we do have Roserade in the back, and with access to Leaf Storm, I think it can almost one-shot anything besides Bastardon or Registeel. So opponent is not so, or the opponent swaps out now. So I definitely can go for Leaf Storm here because Leaf Storm will be able to one-shot the Vigoroth, and now the Weather Ball will be doing massive amount of damage onto the 8 Tails. Even if it's double debuffed, I think it's going to pull off significant amount of health. And we are able to get to another Weather Ball, and this Weather Ball will definitely be able to knock out the Alola 9 Tails. So yeah, taking that win, and yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, and we are in a Primeape lead, so again a very good lead for Altaria. Let's see if the opponent decides to swap out. They are not swapping out, so maybe this Primeape is running Ice Punch, and hence I shielded that because Primeape's attack stat is quite high. But they go for a Night Slash and Bail, which probably I think is a very good strategy. So they come in with Politoed, and this Politoed may or may not run Blizzard, and hence since I was very late to swap, I decided to stay in this matchup because if they decide to go for a bait, it will be good for us, but Altaria definitely goes down. And now I can come in with Roserade and look to get ahead on energy, and this is definitely going to be a Weather Ball, and there is no need for me to shield. And since I have a Toxicroak in the back, we will be able to counter that Primeape. So Primeape comes back in, and we are going for Weather Balls because Primeape is not a very bulky Pokemon. So we grab the first shield, and we are already at another Weather Ball. That's how crazy Roserade is. And if you manage to pass through, it's like if you can deal it with the team squishiness, I think this team is really good. And in comes Vigoroth, and that's basically GG's. So moving on to the next one, let's see what do we get this time. And we are in a Clefable Lead, so horrible lead. I definitely would want to swap out to Roserade, and the opponent now swaps out and they comes in with Scizor. So Scizor definitely is not a very good answer to Roserade, because Roserade Weather Ball will be double super effective and probably will be able to one shot the Scizor. So we are already at another weather ball. So going for this weather ball, let's see if the opponent decides to double shield, because probably they would want to keep the switch advantage, as they would like, as Altaria, as Clefable does not need shields up against Altaria. So I, if it comes to that, I also have to invest double shields because I want to flip the switch advantage here. So they go for a Night Slash and we are able to throw this weather ball. So let's see if the Caesar goes down. The Caesar gets one shot with the weather ball, and now we are able to flip the switch advantage. And if they have, if they are running double charm, which they are not, it's a Politoed. So they probably will be running Blizzard. If it's a Blizzard, it's GG's, and I think I tapped there, but Politoed probably is the CMP, and it indeed is a Blizzard variant, so definitely not going in our favor. So I need to what I need to do here is I need to farm a lot of energy off of this this Politoed, but since Mudshot damage is really adding up, I was forced to throw. And let's see if Mudshot KOs. Yeah, the Mudshot definitely KOs at that range, but Clefable comes in and charms us down. So yeah, that was pretty clutch, and yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, we are in a Roserade lead, picking up a very good lead, and they swap out after farming some extra energy, and they swap out to Jellicent. So I really don't have a very good answer to Jellicent besides Altaria. Roserade definitely is, but we do need to chip off some health, and I swap out after taking some health off of this Jellicent, because now this Jellicent we can just throw some weather balls and be done with this thing. So we charge up to 2 weather balls, which I think should be able to take down the Jellicent comfortably. So Jellicent picks this up, but we are able to throw another weather ball, and let's see the weather ball. The opponent lets go of Jellicent, so we picked up the switch advantage rather than the shield advantage, and at this point the Roserade has done its job. So now I can let go of this thing and come in with Altaria. And since they are running Roserade in the lead, they might have Bastardon in the back, or they have a Registeel, so it's pretty good matchup for Toxicroak, because Flash Cannon will do a lot of damage. It's no joke coming in from Registeel, and now there are 2 shields up, and I really would want to. But Altaria also does not have a very bad matchup up against the Registeel, and counter damage will really add up, and we will be able to beat Registeel to the next charge move. So going for this Mud Bomb, and I'm not expecting a shield at Registeel's end, or the Registeel shields. So even though at this point, even though we go down to this Flash Cannon, I think Altaria can just, or we survive, which allows us to throw counters and take down the Registeel. And this game is basically over. There is nothing this Roserade can throw to knock off Altaria at that much health, but we are able to throw the Sky Attack, and Sky Attack will take out the Roserade. So yeah, good games. Moving on to the next one, and we are picking up a Scrafty Lead this time around, which is a very good lead for Altaria. So opponent surprisingly is staying in, and I think I definitely would want to know that which Pokemon they are running in the back, because Scrafty is weak to both fighting and charmers. So it might be that they are running Scrafty double charm line, because it's very common these days. Surprisingly, they shield, and since they were not swapping out, I decided to swap into Toxicroak. So they come in with this the Shadow Victory Bell, which is not a good matchup for Victory Bell, because we will be able to spam those body slams, and we are resisting those Razor Leafs. So it's not really a bad matchup. But the opponent surprisingly quits after making that swap. So yeah, not really sure what they were running in the back, but yeah, good games. Moving on to the next one, probably should have edited this part out, but we are picking up Medicham Lead. So this is again a neutral lead for Altaria. If the Medicham is running Psychic Power Up Punch, that's probably a winnable matchup, but since they throw at 5 counters, it's definitely be an Ice Punch. So Altaria can survive one Ice Punch, so there is no need to shield the first time, because you create, if the opponent has a Power Up Punch and they throw it becomes a really negative lead. And they swap into Wigglytuff, and we do have a shield advantage that we do have to watch out for. And since the opponent were down a shield, they are unlikely to shield this thing, which Wigglytuff gets one-shotted with a Leaf Storm, and this is probably what you want to see when you are running Roserade. And getting a one-shot on any Pokemon is probably my favorite thing to do in this thing in the GoBattle League. So we are going for another Leaf Storm, and even with the double debuff, I think it did a lot of damage, and we are able to. It was I think it was not a CMB type, because Roserade should definitely win it. But we now can come in with Altaria and farm down the Medicham, and they have a Bastardon in the back, so basically it's it's a wrap. So yeah, good games. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed watching this video, and I'm sorry the uploads are not getting regular. There are some personal things that I need to take care of alongside. So yeah, my apologies for that. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, peace.